What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your holiday weekend and everything is looking good for you and your family. We're going to jump right into the Friday, November 24th game because that was one of the newer ones with Amazon Prime. I told you guys we'd try to put it in with the Sunday games like we're going to do right now. Really quickly, there was nothing really to talk about with this game. The Jets absolutely suck, so it's not, it's not something that's pressing. We already know that. Defensively, they've been able to keep the team afloat, but this game, the Dolphins just did what the Dolphins do, and they beat the hell out of them. So this is something that people have to understand. Aaron Rodgers is forcing himself to come back. I don't know why for this season. Obviously they tried to go away from Zach Wilson and it got even worse. Tua didn't play really well, but that's to be expected. Like I said, the Jets have a relatively good defense. I told you guys this before also. The Dolphins are the best team in the AFC East, and we're going to talk more about the Bills losing to the Eagles in a gut-wrenching OT loss, but the Dolphins were the better team. The Jets suck. There's nothing to really talk about. It's really disgusting. A 99-yard interception return, it's just really, really bad business. It's a very unfortunate turn of events for the Jets because I'm telling you right now, if Aaron Rodgers was their starting quarterback, they could easily, bro, be 8-3. Just go back to their games and look at the teams that they beat with trash quarterback, with a trash quarterback, and then actually look at what went on because of the lack of the quarterback position and the way that their defense have been playing. Very, very unfortunate. Wasted year for a lot of the talent on the defense, but it's the NFL. Injuries, they happen. The Saints and the Falcons. Finally, Bijan Robinson is being utilized, and a lot of good things are going on. The Saints suck. We know Derek Carr is not a good quarterback, a.k.a. Derek Used Carr. Look, like I said, guys, when he was traded there, I told you guys, I said, look, Saint fans, don't get excited. You guys laughed at me. Yo, G, you don't know what you're talking about. Derek Carr. I told you, he seems to be a good person. Okay, so his blessings and everything is fine. In his actual life, he looks to be a good person, but he's a terrible quarterback. And you have to understand that and accept that as a person in order to go on with your life. And until you guys realize that, I really don't know what's going to happen with this team. If I'm the Saints, I'm trying to figure out a way to get rid of him before next season. Let's just be honest. He's a guy that you don't want to come back. You don't want him back. And that's ultimately what we need to understand. Like I said, he had that one good season with the Raiders when he got injured in the playoffs and then they lost. But he's never been a consistently good quarterback. And he continuously makes very, very bad decisions. All right. As far as the Falcons go, we don't really know what they are, but it was really, really good to see Bijan Robinson shine. The dude is very, very athletic. Yo, dude, he should have been playing like this the entire season. Somebody has to get fired, but we're going to talk about that at another time. Falcons, Saints, look, the NFC South is looking real stupid like I expected. I told you guys this at the beginning of the season. I don't know what to expect out of them, so we have to wait to see how it actually works out. But 24-15, that's a nice win against a Saints football team that people think are pretty decent. The Steelers and the Bengals. Now, we all know at this point, right, that Joe Burrow's out for the season. So what does that mean? That means you have to put a backup in, right? So the backup is obviously going to suck because that's the way the NFL works. The backup is always a terrible player. So that's pretty much what happened. Kenny Pickett, right? Matt Canada is fired. We started to see a lot of different things from Pickett. He didn't have a touchdown, but he threw some decent passes. All right, down the field, he was able to get some of his players open. We saw, the run game come back. Najee Harris, 99 yards, 15 carries, a touchdown. I don't know what the Steelers are, but they're 7-4. So that's always a dangerous thing. I'm trying to explain to everybody, do I expect them to make a run and shock the world? No, I don't expect that. But winning week to week in the NFL is always a good thing. And it's always a momentum builder. But the problem is, where are you going to go at the quarterback position eventually? Because unless Pickett turns into somebody else, dude, this guy's not the answer for the team long term. And we have to figure that out and try to see, all right, this dude sucks. What are we doing with this dude? Okay, Kenny Pickett. Your name is Pickett, but you don't have to make them Pickett. Can we deal with that? It is what it is. The Bengals, the season's over. Let's not even get into it. It's pretty much over right now at this point. So we're not going to really worry about that. Nothing to really write home about. The Panthers and the Titans. Bryce Young, 194 yards. Derrick Henry, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mingo, Carolina receiver, 4 receptions, 60 yards. Titans win this game 17-10. both these teams are trash. Not a big deal. I did not enjoy any moment of this game. I actually threw up in my mouth a couple times. Both teams suck. It's not a big deal. Unless you had a parlay for, anytime touchdown with Derrick Henry. Didn't really matter with the game overall. Bryce Young didn't do anything exciting. Just the average QB for the game. Really looking like Stroud is that dude, even though he lost as well. But we'll get to that in a second. Buccaneers and the Colts. I don't really know. Again, see, this is what's confusing me about the Colts. I don't know what they are either, but they're 6-5. Like, you think Gardner Minshew's going to be anything, be able to do anything? Anthony Richardson, I don't know what he, hurt, this, that, whatever. But the Colts are 6-5. They're 2-4 at home. But I think the owner, Jim Irsay, gets more attention than the actual team. Because I didn't even realize they were 6-5. Because every time I try to, watch them, Gardner Minshew's throwing an interception, so I'm assuming that they're going to lose the game. Well, this one they won. But we all know the Buccaneers suck, so it's not a big deal. We knew where Baker Mayfield was headed. Baker Mayfield is not going to come out here and just start winning games, even though that's the way it started off. And I try to tell the Buc fans, like, yo, they're starting off pretty good. Just be happy with that. Don't get too crazy because the team sucks. Y'all don't want to listen to me. Now you're sitting at 4-7. But again, with the Colts, I have no idea what's going on. The Patriots and the Giants. Let me just say this, right? I don't know if the Giants understand that they suck, but they proved to me that they're not the worst team in the NFL. The Patriots by far is a dumpster fire, okay? You made a dude, DeVito, bro, like his mom is making his dinner right now, but it's the morning time. Like, bro, you made that dude beat you. I think this is the lowest of lows for the Patriots and their fans. It is no way that anybody thought that the Giants would win this game, even with the Patriots being trash. Bill Belichick cannot return as the coach. He just cannot rejoin, bro. Dude, he cannot rejoin this team. I don't care. Look, dude, I would have fired him already. If he didn't have that kind of resume, he would have already been fired. I think Robert Kraft is trying to make it so that it looks suitable and that it's like, respectable. I would have fired the hell out of this guy already. So look, Robert Kraft deserves a lot of credit because he's dude. This is the worst coaching job I've ever seen in my life. But like I said, both these teams suck. Nothing to really talk about. The Jaguars and the Texans. Now, this is what's interesting about the Jaguars, right? They're 8-3. And number 1 in the division, which is really, really odd because Trevor Lawrence, I don't know what the hell. Dude, he 364 yards, a touchdown and an interception, right? And I don't really know what he's doing. You ever see like a guy have a crazy stat line and you're like, yo, this dude sucks though. Like, I don't really see anything exciting out of him. And I don't really know what the Jaguars are going to be able to accomplish later on. If they keep this up, they're going to be in the playoffs, but I do believe it'll be a first round exit. Like, regardless of who they play. Dude, if they start beating... Dude, can this be a Cinderella story? I don't think so. But, again, weirder things have happened. But I think more of the story falls on the Texans. Stroud did not have a good game. He tried to make some magic happen late in the game. There was no magic. All the pixie dust was gone. And the dude had to take the L. But he's still somebody you got to watch. Him and that, Dell, them boys, they out there balling. And I think that this game was more evenly matched because... the quarterback position with the Texans, although he's a rookie, he's been showing that he's more of a veteran on that field. The Jaguars pulled it out. Again, it is what it is. 364 yards, like I said before, a touchdown and interception. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know what he's going to ultimately become, but I'm still not convinced that he's that dude. The Browns and the Broncos. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about this really quickly, right? I want to make sure that everybody understands what's going on. The Browns and the Broncos was a really interesting game because I did believe that the Browns had enough. Although they don't have a real starting quarterback, I thought defensively they could take care of Russell Wilson. I was definitely wrong. I don't know how the hell this guy threw that touchdown at the end of the game. I thought the guy was out of bounds. Dude, I don't know who the hell Adam Trautman is, but that dude got more footwork than Michael Jackson, dude. How the F did he get that inbounds? I don't know. The Browns suck. They're 7-4, no quarterback. We know they're not going anywhere. Defensively, this is not like the Ravens of the 2000. You're not going to win a championship like that, regardless of what's going on. Myles Garrett is dinged up. It's all bad. But the Broncos out of nowhere is looking a lot more exciting. And I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I can't believe it happened. You know what it is? I'm actually upset about it. Like, I'm not trying to be a hater dog, but the Broncos, I don't even know. Yo, dude. Let's see what happens, man. I'm never going to say it, bro, because you Bronco fans going to be all over me. So they got the win, and that's ultimately what it was. But the Browns they just fell apart. I will say this, though. The quarterback that they had in there, that late hit was not an illegal hit. I don't think he led with the head or anything like that. I don't think it was a legal hit. It just looked bad. The dude's mouth was bleeding. It was nasty, but we'll see how it works out. Ultimately, the Broncos are on a crazy win streak, and somehow, some way, they're winning games. The Rams and the Cardinals, both these teams suck, but the Rams are 5-6, and that's pretty good right now for the division. Cardinals 2-10. We knew they were going to suck. Kyler Murray 256 and 1 touchdown. Kyler, you suck, dude, but it doesn't matter because the Rams also suck. So we have to see how that plays out. But nothing really crazy to write home about. Like I said, if you're not looking to win like a parlay or something with most of these games, they're not even worth watching. They're just two bum teams. The Chiefs and the Raiders. Now, I thought the Raiders had full control of this game going into the half, and all of a sudden, in the second half, the Chiefs just exploded. Patrick Mahomes, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, bro, he looks kind of fast, though. With that breakaway run that he had, that was pretty nice to see. But, again, I don't know exactly what's going on with the Raiders. They still seem like they can't control games that they have, a decent hold on, even though it's the first half. And, obviously the Chiefs were able to tie the game up going into the half. I thought that they would come out with a little bit more motivation. They didn't. So maybe Antonio Pierce, it was probably just some kind of excitement for the first couple of games. They got more building to do. But, yeah, Chiefs went out there. They were the better team, and they won it. They're sitting at 8-3. The Bills and the Eagles. Now, again, there is nothing vested in me for me telling you that the Eagles are the most dangerous team in the NFL. It's nothing, because, dude, I could care less about the Eagles, bro. The Eagle fans are the wildest fans ever. Like, they literally have things trending where a little boy is flipping dudes off and craziness like that. The Eagle fans are wild as hell. But I do want to tell you this, right? Josh Allen played his butt off. All right, he deserves credit. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. All right? And this is what happens when you play the Eagles and they can somehow keep the game close. Because the Bills were controlling this game 17-7, right? The Eagles somehow scored 17 points in the fourth. Whatever that situation is, once they went into overtime, I knew the game was over. Because the Eagles are just like, dude, they just find a way to win. They claw, they do whatever they got to do. And they still, right now, they're the first, I believe they're the only 10-1 team. They're the only 10-win team in the league. They are a very, very dangerous football team. Okay, they push you in the mouth. Like, dude, it's going to be really nasty. But the Bills at 6-6, and they're 1-4 away. Very disappointing, dude. Very, very disappointing. So we have to kind of wait it out and see ultimately what happens. But Josh Allen did play very well, so we can't really put it on him. But ultimately, he's the quarterback. So this loss, I believe, hurts him more than a lot of the other losses. Because he's, running into the end zone. He has 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's throwing 339 in the air. He's doing everything possible. And then Jalen Hurts just runs it in and wins the game in overtime. It has to hurt. Those losses hurt the most. When it's close and you lose at, overtime, close games, always definitely hurts, regardless. But again, I told you guys, the Eagles are the most dangerous team in the league. But they have some good games coming up against the Niners and some of the stuff going on. We're going to go ahead and keep a close eye on that and figure out what's happening. But let's see how it works out. But like I said, the Eagles are really, really tough. They got to be a Super Bowl favorite coming out of the NFC. Finally, the Ravens and the Chargers. Like I said, a lot of you guys love Justin Herbert, right? A lot of you guys think he's a really good quarterback. Me, I don't think so. And I know you can try to blame the coaches. You can do this, you can do that. He had a couple different coaches already. He still makes really bad decisions. Okay? He has bro, put it like this, right? If he was like a real prototypical, like make a read, West Coast offense type dude, the players that he has on his team, they're pretty decent to make plays. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the things that he does, overthrows, high passes that are very inaccurate, he does a lot of stuff where I'm trying to figure out what his game plan is. Like, what is he trying to do? That's where I am with him right now. Okay? He had 217 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. That was his stat line. Lamar wasn't really going crazy, but, he doesn't really need to. Because defensively, the team plays well, and if he's able to do stuff with his legs and make a couple touchdown throws, he's going to be fine. So they have different systems, but they got Justin Herbert and they paid him the money to be a prototypical pocket passer. And he just makes really, really awful decisions when it's needed to, for him to make a play. Keenan Allen, 14 receptions on 106 yards. Other than that, it wasn't anything really exciting about him. And again, with the Ravens defense, I understand that their defense is pretty tough. But you got to be able to make plays if you're that dude. That's all I'm saying. Everybody like used to say, yo, G, what are you talking about as far as Tom Brady not having any receivers? He has Gronk. That's one guy. And then I have to listen to Chief fans tell me that Kelsey was double team and triple team the whole game. That's why he didn't make plays. So why was Tom Brady able to use his one-star receiver and make a lot of plays? He made other guys that were regular dudes that went to other teams and became non-existent stars on the Patriots. So if you're telling me that a quarterback has star capability, we have to be able to see that. Like what Stroud is doing. Stroud is making those players, he's lifting them up and making them play better than they actually are. So you can do that. You don't have to be Tom Brady to do it, but I don't see that out of Justin Herbert. And if we don't continue to see it, they're going to have to figure out what they want to do. Either give the young man another start, maybe someplace else, he'll be better. But with that Chargers team, it's just not working out. The Ravens are 9-3 out of nowhere. They could probably be undefeated based on the losses that they've taken this season. What do I expect out of them? I don't know. Can they beat any team in the league? Yes. If Lamar Jackson is healthy and the defense plays anywhere near the way that they've been playing over the last couple of weeks, yes, they can beat any team in the league. So right now, I don't know if they would be considered a Super Bowl favorite. I got to check the odds, but they're a tough team to beat when they're playing well. So it's going to be a very, very exciting end to the way that this season, unfolds. And I can't wait to see how it goes and share it with you guys. Hopefully, like I said, you guys enjoyed your holiday. We'll be back with more NFL coming soon. Make sure you guys can download this podcast for free. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. You guys go ahead and enjoy your day. And I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.